There are only 5 sections in Chapter 5. Okay. In Chapter 4, you could maybe be iffy on a section and still do okay. In Chapter 5, there are only 5 sections. We got to be solid on all 5 of them before we test. Okay. So we're going to work with the double angle formulas today. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple minutes to write down these formulas. Okay. Notice how in the formulas, 2u is the angle on the left, and when we apply the formula, the angles on the right go to u. That's why we call them double angle formulas. We take a double angle and we force it to be just a regular angle. Cosine of 2u has 3 different ways you can write it. Because of the Pythagorean identity, we could rearrange it. So for that one, we're going to just pick whichever one is best for us to use. So once again, we call these double angle formulas because when we apply them, our angles go from 2u to normal u. Or if we're working backwards, here on the right side, our angles are u. Going to the left, we double that u. Okay? So we can apply them back and forth depending on what situation we have. Does anybody need more time to write these down? Okay, so the first, we're going to try to get through 3 examples in these 10-ish minutes that we have here. The first example I want to do is a solving equation. Okay, so let me write the word solve and write down this equation. Okay, what do you notice about this equation? You see some 2's. Look at the angles. What's the angle here? X. What's the angle here? 2x. Okay? So, number 1, that could be an issue. Maybe, maybe not. But here I have cosine, here I have sine. Yes, we have 2's in common, but there's really nothing else that we can do in order to solve this equation, okay? But since we have a mismatch here of both trig functions and angles, we can take the sine of 2x, and if you look at your formula, what is the sine of 2x the same as? Okay, and since we have 2x, we're gonna just keep it with x's, okay? But you are right. So we're gonna change what I highlighted in green. Probably should have done some different color. to 2 sine x cosine x. Since it was a double angle, we could apply our double angle formula. And now we have 2 cosine x plus 4 sine x cosine x equals 0. Now what's there in common? A 2 and a cosine x that we could factor out. Now this looks like something that you did on your quiz like 5 minutes ago, right? We can set 2 cosine of x equal to 0, and we can set 1 plus 2 sine of x equal to 0. Okay? Now I will warn you that in your homework, the instructions will be similar to the back side of our blue sheet. Give me solutions between 0 and 2 pi. So where does the cosine equal 0? Okay, so you can just write me those angles without having to do the plus 2 pi n. That's how your homework's going to be this weekend. And then the sine of x equal to negative 1/2. Think about it. Where does that happen? 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. So we have 4 solutions for this problem. So if we factor out this 2 cosine of x, left over here when we divide it out as a 1, and left over here when we divide it out is 2 sine of x. Do you see? Yeah. Okay, good. Other questions on this example? Yes.
Why for that one would it be negative 1/2? Because obviously you took the 1 over and then divided by 2. But if you divide by 2 over there, 0 divided by 2.
0 divided by 2 is 0.
I don't know why I was thinking that was something fine.
Yeah, when we divide by 0, that's a problem. But 0 divided by a number is okay. Yeah, no, sometimes you just gotta talk through those things. Yeah. All right, go ahead and write this down. Okay, now we're gonna work backwards with our formulas. Okay, in our first example, we saw a double angle, so we applied the formula. Now I wanna take the right side and go backwards. Okay. Okay, so does this look close to one of those formulas? We have a formula that's 2 cosine squared u minus 1, right? Do you see it right in front of you? Okay, well, that one's close, right? What should I maybe factor out so that it looks more like our formula? 2. So if I change this to 2 times 2 cosine squared x minus 1, then we know that we can replace this right here with cosine of 2x. And then we'll just have to carry that 2 down. Lazy next door today. Okay. Are we okay with that working backwards? Okay. I'm going to go back to this problem very quickly. We only had one choice here. What if this were like cosine of 2x? Okay? If we're going to apply one of the cosine double angle formulas in a situation, look at what else you have. Like if this were a cosine of 2x, since I already have a cosine of x in here, I would probably want to use like that second one. Okay, but if this was a sine and I was changing cosine of 2x, we would maybe want to use the third one because it has a sine squared. Just look at what you're given and see what's going to help you out the best. Okay, we're going to do one more rewrite and then we'll be done. Which formula does this look almost like? Okay, it looks like the sine of 2x, right? Okay, but when we apply the formula, it's 2 sine of x cosine of x, you agree? So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to write this as 2 times. Okay, so when we actually apply this formula here, okay, I give you u because u could be anything, all right? If we're going to go backwards, if 4x is our angle, u, then when we apply our formula, we need to write double u for our angle. When we apply the formula, we double our angle. So our angle is doubled from 4x to 8x. Does that make sense?
Did you factor out 2 as the first step?
I just wrote this 4 as 2 times 2 so that I could show you that this was the right side of that double angle formula. What else can I answer?
Why did you double the u on the other two? Why are we on this one?
We did. We went from x to double x. And then like over here, when we applied this formula, we had double x. So when we went to the right side, we just went to x. Do you see what I'm saying with that? Okay. Other questions? Okay, you have like maybe 8 or 9 problems for your homework. When they're this short, they don't take very long, right? So you have a few problems to do over the weekend. We will finish section 5 at the beginning of class on Monday. I'm guessing you could probably start your homework in class Monday, and you will walk out of here with a review to work on Tuesday in class. Okay. Yeah. Okay, hold on.